Hi, I'm Kevin with Best Delegate, and I'm here with Nida Nizam, the Secretary General of McMUN 2011. Nida did a really good job. The conference just ended. We had lots of great feedback about the conference. What's it like being Secretary General of one of the largest college conferences and one of the most fun college conferences in the world?
Well, I have to say it's really, really, really funny because A, you get to be a little bit famous, and B, you get really, really tired because you have to represent everything that McMUN represents. So when you have a reputation, a notorious reputation for having a good time, you have to be the one having the best time of all. So yeah, it's a bit of a rock star lifestyle actually here at McGill, which says a lot about how being a nerd is really valued in this environment.
That's awesome.
I love it. It's great. It was great. Almost done.
That's awesome. One of the things that a lot of people were talking about was the different types of innovation you guys put into the conference this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, yeah, one of our major philosophies this year was, especially in committees, was to really capitalize on the talent of our staff. We ran a committee, the Google Board of Directors, and it was an entirely business simulation. They wrote business proposals. It was the kind of open-ended theme, and it evolved into a crisis from a specialized agency. And we really capitalized on the members of our club who are business students and their passion for this particular organization, and we let them just roll with it. Other things we did, we ran an entirely paperless crisis, an all-digital crisis for the NHL Board of Governors and the NHL Players Association. So it was a sports crisis, which was amazing. And rather than a crisis, I would call it actually a real-time simulation because the delegates were requested that they stay in character from arriving at Le Centre Sheraton, our hotel, until 3 p.m. today after closing ceremonies. So because they had to stay in character throughout and at the social events, I think it really heightened their experience. And because they were warned ahead of time, I think that we probably, well, they weren't too mad at us, I don't think.
Wow. Two other things that your conference is known for. One is bringing in all these different speakers, and two, McParty. So can you talk a little bit more about both of them?
Yeah, well, this year we managed to get a bunch of donations from a wonderful family supporting a scholar named Dr. Mansuruddin Ahmad. He's a great a great writer, really well known in the field of religion and political science, and he's toured all around Canada and the United States, and because of the donation his family's made, we have an endowment now for the speaker series, and the theme of the speaker series was religion and globalization. This was the first year we've done it. There were quite a few kinks to be ironed out, but the establishment of it was very strong. So next year, hopefully, it'll be amazing. And the way it worked was we brought in speakers and experts who would tie together the main themes of a bunch of committees with a religious perspective and bring in religious organizations, religious themes, and explore something that is very controversial, frightening, and very rarely ever engaged in Model UN. In a lot of our crisis committees and a lot of the debates, we have people shy away from the notion of religion being a major key factor. They may acknowledge it, but they're afraid to participate in that because they're afraid of offending someone. They're afraid of getting too into it. They're afraid of when other people feel very strongly about their own beliefs. So we really wanted to explore that this year. And what was exciting was that we even got to explore religion and the environment. So like religious groups and initiatives that involve environmental sustainability, gender and religion in the UNIFEM committee. It was fantastic because a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily look at were explored from this perspective. On the Sunday, when this sessions are typically a bit less debate-oriented, we thought it might be nice to just end on a very interesting case study note. So that was the speaker series. And in terms of McParty, we took out this beautiful old theater built in the 1920s, one of a kind in Montreal. We brought in lights, we brought in couches, we pretty much went crazy with technology, and we managed to get DJ Earworm to sign on and join us. And he is so talented and wonderful, and he really is supportive of our charity, the Cambodian Children's Fund. You guys should check it out online. And they were really excited to work with us. They actually did the performance almost for free. We really just had to cover their travel and some basic expenses, and they're really excited to work with McMUN in the future and continue promoting our charity, which was great that we were able to network and bring them together. And the party itself, I think it was a really good time.
I think it was amazing.
Yeah. I don't think everyone will remember it. Only a few people will forget it. We know about it. So what are you going to do?
Nice. One last question.
Sure.
You're very well known in the college circuit for being a really good delegate. you run one of the biggest conferences, and you're really good at connecting with many people in different schools. You're friends with like almost everybody. Tell us, after like doing Model UN for 7 or 8 years now, what has Model UN meant to you?
I mean, everything. I've made some of my best friends in the whole world thanks to it. Like, people who are far away, I talk to them every day, and we've been friends for years. In closing ceremonies, I've got to give a shout out to my best friend. Since I met him at his bar mitzvah in the 8th grade, and he was there today in closing ceremonies, and he won Best Delegate, and we've been through Model UN together. We went to Switzerland together. Like, we've explored the world together, and that's because of debate. And just from a purely competitive aspect, I'm competitive, so competitive it's disgusting. And being able to go and just debate about things that I care about and turn that into a game, that's like the best feeling in the world. And just on a final note, like, it's so important. Model UN is so important, and it can go so much farther than we have it right now. And what you're doing is amazing. The things I'm trying to put in, I think, will hopefully be really good for Model UN. And I think that we've just started a new generation of something that's going to become like the next big thing, and it's going to be phenomenal. And I'm so excited to be on the forefront of it. It's been great. I love it more than anything else.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having us and for showing off McGill.
Oh, not at all. We were so happy that you were able to come out here. I know that it's a big weekend for high school conferences, but we love all our special guests. We had a bunch of great people come in, audit our committees, and we built a lot of partnerships this year for the future, and I hope that bestdelegate.com will stay on board and join us next year.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.